Good morning, Shayne.
Feliz cumpleaños, mi amiga. It's your birthday.
I'm bueno. I know it's my birthday,
I know,
right? So
right?
I
Look
woke up
at you.
early. I told Jason, I said last night, I said I'm going to go on the walk with you and Beanie at 4:30 in
Oh,
the morning. No, I didn't.
no, you
I
didn't.
didn't wake up until they got back. And then Beanie had a tummy ache because he he left me some presents and yeah, birthday
Yeah,
presents.
those
His
motherfucking
tummy,
presents
yeah.
get my
Well,
dogs
yeah. So,
zipped up in their cages at night.
well, I mean,
Mhm.
he threw up. So I mean, not to be gross, but yeah, something. I don't know if he had too many sweet potato snacks or
Yeah,
whatever. He didn't wake me up though, or maybe I was just passed
yeah.
out. So,
Now they get really good at gagging quietly. Once they get
oh,
yeah.
oh, yeah, poor thing. So he's chilling now. So,
You know what? At least Beanie's a big dog. I got little dogs, and them fuckers will go shit in a corner somewhere, and you got to play like Inspector fucking Gadget to go find the
oh,
shit.
you have to go. Oh,
Yeah,
that's so funny.
you be like, I smell it. I smell the shit in the house. Where is the shit?
That is so funny. That's like Ariel when she was little. I know why are we talking about this? She did not like to go to the restroom. She would hide in the corner and poop in her pull up. So
You
so if
know,
it, whenever it got quiet, you look around, we're like, where's Ariel?
just
She
follow
needed
the
her she needed her
functional.
privacy, not the privacy of a bathroom with a door, but
It's
the
just in a
privacy, the
corner
corner of
somewhere.
a room. Yeah, just in a corner.
It's like I don't want to be restricted by a door. Just all I need is a corner. That's it.
Oh gosh, I'm sure she'll hate this. Oh, not that she listens anyway. All right, so who are we, Shayne?
Man, who are we? Are two uncensored, seasoned corporate veterans who are here to pass along the wisdom received from the lessons learned in hopes that you don't make same mistakes that we've made. And if you happen to decide to go down those paths of those mistakes, that you can at least laugh while you're doing it.
Right. Yeah. Will they though? Let's just help you avoid it. Just don't do it.
You never laugh while you're in the shit, but
No, you
after
laugh
you then take a
afterwards.
shower and you clean again, then you look back, you can chuckle. When you're in the
Right.
shit,
Yeah,
it's not fun.
it's never funny. It's like, yeah, it's never funny.
Uh,
It's only
it's
funny
never
afterwards. Like
funny.
you laugh like ha ha
Unless you
ha.
roll in on an edible or something, then everything's funny at that fucking time.
Gosh. Okay, so you have to tell your story.
Oh shit! All right, all right. So I was, chilling on an edible over the weekend, and as I'm watching Chop because I am like a Food
Chopped
Network.
on
Yeah,
Food
I
Network.
love the
Okay.
Food Network. Yeah,
Who's the
so
host?
Tim. Tim is the host. I don't even know his last name, but Chop's
Tim.
been going on for like a gajillion
Is
seasons
Tim one of
now.
the dudes that was on Queer Eye for the Straight Guy?
Got me. I never watched Queer Eye for the Straight Guy.
Okay. Well, it
And
was
so
for you. It was for you.
I always had a great sense of style, so I never really needed anyone to
Okay, so
tell
you
me
don't
how
need
to
any
dress.
help?
Yeah,
Okay.
no. Coordination. I have a West Indian mother who was a fashionista, so she always,
Okay.
kept me up on my game. But anyway, so watching Chop, and they're like, killing, like some live
Oh,
lobsters, right? And they had like
mhm.
sea urchins and all this shit. And then I got to thinking in my very elevated state, what if aliens are treating us the way we treat animals? And when people go missing, it's just aliens kind of picking us off and taking us for their version of Chopped, whatever their cooking TV show is, right? Because think about it,
Oh gosh.
to animals, we're like aliens, right? We just go about, snatch whoever we want to snatch, and then take them to eat them and kill them, right? Because how many
But
orphan animals?
we don't get animals off the street. I mean, they
The
were at
street is there.
farms.
The street is the jungle. The street is the forest.
We don't
The
get
street.
animals off the forest.
Yes, we do. We go hunting for deer all the time. Deer, rabbit, whatever other
Wabbit.
animals are. Wabbits.
Wabbit.
We hunt. We snatch. We kill. So how many times has a mama and papa gone out there
Oh,
looking
so
for
sad.
food for their little baby animals
Foraging for food in the
and never come back home? And now that baby animals out there trying to make it on their own in the cold, cold world, getting
Oh,
assaulted by other animals.
that makes me
Oh
very
my
sad.
gosh.
That makes me
And
very
let's
sad.
not even
So
get
that's
into
what.
the
So what did that do to you? So you thought, and then you
that made
were
me laugh and
you
then
were
feel a little bad. And then I was like, damn, I'm hungry.
Were you so?
Then the
Oh,
munchies hit, and I wanted
it
to
didn't
go
sober
eat.
you up. It didn't make you feel like,
No, why? I mean, because we've been doing it forever. We've been orphaning
So, are
animals
you
for
afraid that
years.
you might be go for a walk and you get taken by an alien and eaten?
I don't think that's the life I'm manifesting for myself. So that's not gonna happen. That's not on
Okay.
my
So,
dream
so you don't have
board.
a fear of that happening then?
Oh no, no,
It
I
didn't
don't have
create
a
a
fear of that
fear. It
happening.
just
No.
tickled you that you
Yeah, it was
thought
just
of
a
it.
realization. Like I don't think we realize the impact we have on animals as human
Oh,
beings. I think we're
hmm
so caught up in being human that we don't realize that animals have
I think
feelings.
about animals. I know they have feelings.
Did you think about animals when you kidnapped Beanie from his parent?
I didn't kidnap him.
Who
They were
kidnapped
gonna.
Beanie?
Uh, oh, I know he was separated from his
Somebody
mom
kidnapped
and
Beanie.
his siblings. I know that's so
Yeah,
sad. I can't think about it. I know that somebody said that animals are like where they have
yeah,
Stockholm
Stockholm
syndrome.
syndrome. Exactly.
They
Yeah,
have stock like
somebody kidnapped
and
him.
people were mad because their puppies cried in the middle of the night because they don't have
Yeah, they
their
want their
mother.
mama. They don't want you. They want their
You
mama. They
should
want
put,
their.
but no, but you put them in a crate. You should pick them up and put them in a. Now, I'm not a person like who puts a dog in the bed, but they should
I
be
know.
close to you. They should be warm and snug and feeling a
They should
heartbeat.
have a very warm bed. They should have a very warm
Yeah.
area to sleep in and
Oh my
whatnot. Yeah, if we're
gosh.
gonna kidnap and take and encage, we literally kidnap this living being and stick it in a cage, and then we feed it out of a bowl. It
Oh
says,
my god.
"Ah!" Humans, we
I
some shit, boy.
You know what? Beanie was never in was he in a crate at night? You know what? We let him go freestyle in the beginning and he was just
Ew.
peeing all over the place. We
That's
tried,
yeah, exactly. That sounds
and
messy
my
as
girlfriend's
shit.
like, do yourself a favor, get a crate and then put him in a crate, like with a warm little sofa thing, fluffy
Mhm.
and stuff and it smells like us. And that was the best advice we ever got. And then when he got too big for the crate, we just kind of found a corner that kind of a doorway that
Encage him.
kind
Yeah,
yeah, but again, he had something fluffy and his toys and stuff.
facts.
So anyway, now he sleeps wherever he wants. We're like, Beanie, we're going to bed. Come on. So
Facts.
okay, so all right. I said to my husband, I don't know if he might not be black. I'm sorry. On Sunday, I said, are you watching track and field? He's like, what? He was like, what is he
What
was like,
is?
what's
Why
that?
would I watch that?
He was like, no. And then he went on to go watch golf. But so tell everybody what happened if they don't know.
So Sha'Carri Richardson went ahead and
I
did
wish I had a
what
video of what she did yesterday.
everyone didn't think she could do, and she went ahead and won the world championship in the 100-meter
She's
dash.
23.
She came from behind. Jamaica was running 1, 2, and 3 in the
Mhm.
last 20 meters, and she just put on the boost and walked them all down and came
And then
across
did
the
the
line. Yep, she just
did the thing.
she did what she do. Listen, man, this
She's a
woman,
baby. I can't believe they even
this
harassed.
woman
She's a
was
year older than
harassed.
Jay. She's a baby, and they
This
harassed
woman
her when her
was
mother died.
harassed when her mom died last
Oh
year.
my gosh!
God
Because
forbid
she
she
got
went and smoked
high.
a little weed to kind of ease her
Not
nerves.
performance enhancing it by any unless sleeping
If
or
exactly,
eating.
if anything, we
Unless she was the Joey, the dude who does the hot dog eating contest.
oh yeah, my
Unless
God,
you're
yeah.
doing that, then I don't see
Yeah, I
how
wonder
weed
if they check
enhances
him for weed.
anything.
Yeah, he be having hella munchies when he every July 4th. Let's run his blood test. See what he's doing.
Ooh, when they
Whatever.
dip the bun
Oh
in
my God, that shit is the messiest thing. It's like so disgusting. You can't watch it, but you can't stop watching either. I don't know.
yeah.
But yeah, so Sha'Carri went ahead and won. She beat Jamaica, so it was one U.S. Then Jamaica 2 and 3, and it was the
Mhm.
first time in forever since the U.S. women have won the 100 meters. And then Noah Lyles won, and then Noah Lyles is a young black man who is super into anime, which is kind of cool because he's living his
Mhm.
best life. He loves track, he loves anime, he doesn't try to hide it. There was a time when if you were black and you loved anime, you were looked at as a nerd, you looked at as a
Mhm.
weirdo. But
My aunt's
nah, not
kids, they
today.
all loved anime.
Not today. Everybody, you love anime, do your thing. You got people out there. My oldest son loves anime. When I tell you this dude be getting views on TikTok, he steady has 20,000, 25,000 views. He does all these cool little anime videos. It's great. His
Yeah,
grand
my cousin Lindsay, I guess Lindsay's 30 now. She does it. She draws anime.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah. Mhm.
That's dope. Yeah, so Shikari's doing her thing. When Shikari no allows, they represent for U.S. track and field, holding
And
it
so
down
when's the
like they're
next
supposed to.
race? The
Today,
200.
I think no allows is running today in the 200.
Okay.
Let me see, what time is it going to be ran today? Yeah, the World Championships. I find time as we're talking, but
Okay.
yes, it's cool, man. It's cool to see the U.S. finally establishing ourselves back on top of the world in the art of running, and it's natural that Black folk gonna be up there. We are kind of like the best at whatever we decide to do, especially running.
Yeah,
Do you
run.
see that Black folks we're getting in the cornhole now? Like, yo, we taking over.
Why?
I don't know. I think some Black folks somewhere saw cornhole, was like, oh, we got to throw
Remember
a
that giant
beanbag.
cornhole at our client? Remember last time we went
Oh
for
yeah,
actually, it
yeah,
was a year ago today. We were in San
yep,
Francisco, and they had that
yep,
it
yep,
was
yep.
so sad, though, 'cause nobody was
That
out
was
there.
empty. The campus was empty as
It
fuck.
was like an
Like
apocalyptic
it looked like The
playground.
Walking Dead. Yo,
Yeah,
that shit was
it
mad.
was like the giant checker no, giant, what's it called? Not Tic Tac. What's it called?
Plaid, checkered,
No, the thing where you drop it.
diagonal. Oh, you talk about Connect Four.
They had a giant Connect
Connect
4 and a
Four.
giant
Yes, they did.
cornhole,
And
and
nobody
then
was out
a
there at
giant
all.
deer. Remember that giant
Yeah,
deer?
wasn't that like a wolf too?
Or
I thought it was
elk?
a wolf out there.
Or
Something.
I don't
Yeah,
it was something, but
it was
nobody
very
it
much
was
like Walking Dead, empty as
it was
shit.
the
I Am
saddest thing
Legend.
ever.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, it definitely gave some I Am Legend vibes.
yeah. It gave I Am Legend vibes. Shout out to new I Am Legend that's coming out. They found the second storyline.
What?
Yeah, you didn't know.
No.
Yes, yes.
Who's
So
gonna be in it?
there's there are two storylines at the end of I Am Legend. There's one
Okay.
where he dies when he blows himself up with the half
Right.
bees, half zombies, half vampires, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
Then there's another one where he doesn't die. He goes in the hole with them and he lives. And that's the storyline they're following. And in the
That he
second one,
doesn't die?
where he does not die.
It blows
And
up, but he doesn't die.
yeah, because he goes inside the hole with, remember, like the mom and the son goes inside the
Yeah.
little, so he goes in there too.
And he made it. That's the second story.
Yes.
And
And
not
so
just
they're
her
following that
making it.
storyline. Exactly. And Michael B. Jordan's going to be in it with him.
How did I know you were gonna say that? I knew it was gonna be Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah,
I
Michael
knew it.
B. Michael B.
Oh, I love
There's
Michael
some,
B.
it's
Jordan.
some good sequels coming out. Well, I don't even call them sequels, but
Yeah, that's
next
just like
movie is Equalizer. The new Equalizer's coming out.
yeah. Oh, and Dakota Fanning's gonna be in
Oh,
it.
gosh, listen, man. If you don't know about this Denzel Dakota connection, go
She
watch
is
Man
so
on Fire.
happy. Man on fire.
Go watch Man on
Creasy!
Fire. Creasy Bear.
Creasy!
My goodness.
When I
Creasy
tell
Bear.
you at the end of Man on Fire, I went to the restroom
Tears.
and sobbed.
Tears.
Went
You
into
hear
the
me?
bathroom and sobbed.
Tears. And
And I
listen,
didn't even know he died, but somebody told me later, Trish, died in the car. I was like, he did. She's like, when he
tears.
slumped in his hand and the necklace fell out of his hand, he
Tears.
was dead. I was like, he was. I thought he was just injured.
Nope.
Oh, that was such a good movie. Oh my gosh. So yeah,
It
so
was. So yeah, Dakota Fanning and Denzel are getting back
getting back
together,
together, putting the band back
and
together.
that shit is gonna be like amazing. Um, you know what? To this day, when I watch Man on Fire now,
Uh-huh.
there's the song at the end of Man on Fire, Un Palabra. I didn't know, like, I didn't know shit for Spanish,
Uh-huh.
when I first watched it. But now that I know the words, I can understand what they're saying, which is like the saddest shit like ever. I cry every time, like every time, because it's just such a fucking sad, just fucking sad song or whatever.
I it's so funny because I was watching something the other day and it had some subtitles, but the subtitles were in French.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like trying to follow along. And I think I know enough French to be dangerous. But after I came back from Spain, I did no more Duolingo. I haven't done it. Errol's like, are you keeping up? I'm like, it's on my calendar every day to do it.
They send you the reminders.
I get a reminder.
Duolingo is
No,
like
I set my own reminder
oh man, you
and
can have
still don't.
Duolingo remind you. That
Oh, well,
motherfucker
they
will
could
annoy the
remind me
shit out
too,
of you.
but I would just won't. I'm like, no. And then I think maybe I'm too old to learn another language.
You never too
I'm
old.
barely, I
You
barely
got it.
mastered English.
You got it.
Like what? My husband calls me Dawn Queen.
Don Queen.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because Dawn came.
Like Don King. Ah, that's funny. That's funny. Ha ha. Ha ha.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
That's funny.
He's hilarious. Okay. So, and I don't know, this is probably something that we no, something you probably never think about. This is like a story that I saw that I was like, oh, I wonder if people think about it. But I mean, like when you get your vaccines, what arm do you get yours in?
My right arm.
Are you
Yeah, because I'm
right-handed?
usually sitting. Yeah, I'm right-handed
But then why do you get your right arm?
because I'm usually sitting with my right arm to the nurse or doctor
Well,
whenever
I
I sit
guess
down,
does
and
your
they
arm
just
ever hurt?
all the fucking time. The
See, I
next
get
day,
my left.
that
Yeah, I get my
next day
left.
pain, my God, it's ridiculous.
Okay, well, I get the left. So so as long as you're consistent, like you consistently get the right, I consistently get the left. So it says, um, where to get vaccinated matters. Studies suggest that when you let's see, blah, blah, blah. Researchers in Germany found that people who got all their shots in one arm had a stronger immune response than those who distributed shots between both arms.
Interesting.
Yeah, in an observational study, authors analyzed immune responses for about 300 people who had never had COVID 19 and received two doses of the Pfizer COVID 19 vaccine between
Hmm.
March and September of 21. So the participants were randomly chose to receive both doses in one arm or the second dose in the other opposite arm. And then 2 weeks after receiving the shots, the researchers discovered that certain immune cells, commonly known as killer T cells, were detected in 67% of the people who received both injections in the same arm, and 63%. I'm sorry, 43% in those who got them in different arms.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I
but I would
wonder.
never switch up arms anyway. So,
So now, if getting them all in the same arm makes it better, then why is
mhm.
it that when babies go to get their immunes, they like jab them all over their bodies like pincushions?
well,
You know?
well, but when babies are getting vaccinations, it's not to boost their immune system. It's just to make inoculate. See, my
Inoculate
dog
them.
thing right against that
Hmm.
particular disease or virus. Which I guess this is what
Yeah.
you would think that's. I don't know. I
Yeah, I don't
don't
know
know
either.
because they get
I'm
legs, they get arm. You know, they get
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm not a fan of that. I love the way you did it, where you spaced out your vaccines over a course of time, didn't get them all done at once.
With
I
me,
wish I,
with my kids.
yeah,
Hmm.
I wish I did that with my first kid.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I did it. I didn't do it with Jay. I I did it with Jay to an extent. Yes, I did. I'm sorry, I did do it with him, but I found it out when Ariel was little. She was a
Hmm.
baby. Jackson was still only one, and that's when I slowed down because I went to a chiropractor who gave me a book on immunizations and just said that you don't have a fully functioning immune system until they're about 2. So why would you do anything? You know what I mean? It's like wait
Exactly.
and let things happen naturally, and then So there were plenty of times where I had to send notes to school because of religious
Yeah.
exemption.
Exactly. The
You're
religious
like, this
exemption
old
letter.
crazy girl not getting her
Yeah, we did that. We've been doing that too because it's
vaccinated.
wild. Because when you think about it, like the baby gets all of the immunizations from the mom's breast milk. So
Mhm.
if you're
Well,
breastfeeding,
everybody doesn't nurse, so I mean,
that is true.
we're not gonna,
That's a whole
yeah.
different conversation. Yeah, we can get spicy and get some, hate mail on that later.
Oh no,
Figure
I
out
don't want to get it. You
figure
do
out
you.
why do you hate your kids and not breastfeed them?
No, 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 no. We're not gonna go that route because I think I don't know if I ever told this story, but let's say what came on with Jay on a Monday.
Hmm.
It was a Monday. By Friday, the house was a mess. My nipples were
As it should
bleeding.
be. As
We're like
that's
the
what
baby
happens.
did. Who did this? And I was like, "Where's that little 6 pack of bottles they put in my
Yo,
bag?"
wait a minute,
We're
run
like
it back.
trying to find them. Like, he's gonna have to have some. He's gonna have to have some formula. Sorry, people. Sorry, purists. I mean, I still nursed
Yeah,
him,
you
but
gave him a
yeah, I
mix.
was
You know what I
like,
mean? He got a good little mix, like the little suicide drink we were talking about last week. You know what I mean? He got a
yeah,
suicide of
he got a good little
in-
mix. So
infant milk and breast milk.
he got a good mix. This
Mm.
one's kind of I don't. Researchers reveal why chocolate is so alluring. Do we really need to? Do we need an explanation?
Because it's cocoa, right?
Yeah.
It's
See, you're so
coke.
smart.
Yeah.
Cocoa contains at least 10 different psychoactive um agencies. Let's see.
I
Agents rather.
mean, yeah.
Compounds such as methexylamine,
Hmm.
caffeine, and theobromine. So it's similar. PEA is similar to an amphetamine.
Do
And
not. I
then
mean, people don't realize that cocoa is
yep,
the same thing as
yep,
coke. Is the same thing as coke.
yep.
Like all the coke starts the same place. People. It's just derived to
But I
differently to
thought
get to
Coke
the.
and originally like the soda had cocaine in it.
It did. The original
Okay.
cocaine
That's how
had
is that?
coke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Coke, it had cocoa and cocaine, or
But
no
it all
cocoa?
starts from the same plant.
Oh, you're so smart.
They all start from the same plant, and then we just kind of take them in different directions.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, all right, so I'll still tell you here. Okay, so the allure is likely due to the synergistic interaction of fat, sugar, and these psychoactive molecules of indigenous reward systems in the brain. So, duh. But chocolate is like when I was a kid, my grandmother used to make me this cake. It was a mayonnaise cake. So, you substitute mayonnaise for eggs. It was the
Ew.
most moist. It's a substitute. You wouldn't eat raw eggs. It's,
I wouldn't
yeah,
eat a
anyway,
mayonnaise cake.
super.
Sounds horrible.
It's a mayonnaise is a substitute for eggs. Makes your cake super moist. Anyway,
Really?
yes. Chocolate cake, chocolate fudge icing. That was my jam. And nobody ever liked it. And I could eat the whole
I
cake.
can picture why.
And
Because
then no, you're kidding. You're crazy. And then I found at Publix. Let me shout out to Publix. I found these chocolate cupcakes. I
hmm
found them by accident with fudge icing. I think it was a birthday in Arrow's class. Maybe it was Arrow's. And I brought in like 12 of the vanilla ones and 12 of the chocolate or whatever, or whatever, mix it up. And I ate one. I was like, oh my gosh. So that was like my ritual. Get my cupcakes. I'd get a dozen, but
yeah.
I would get half with vanilla with chocolate icing and half with chocolate. Because people were like, I don't like chocolate with chocolate icing. Um,
Have you heard of Fluffies? I saw
no, what
this
are
baker
fluffies?
online. This black baker. She makes these cookies called Fluffies, where she uses whipped cream
Some
in the mix instead of whatever you're supposed to make, whatever you're supposed to use, and so they come out like super light and super airy or whatever, and mix them up.
That's so funny. We have this new thing where we can pause video, and I had to pause because I saw something on my porch. I was going to have to light them up with my stun gun. Like, let me go upstairs and get it out the box.
Yo, Trish was reaching for the gat, homie. She's reaching for it's about to be a wrap for whoever
Oh
hopped on
my
that
gosh.
porch.
Anyway, what are fluffies? What are fluffies?
Yeah, so Fluffies is apparently it's just you just substitute out an ingredient where you use whipped cream when you're mixing the cookie together or whatever,
Oh,
and then it just comes out like super light and like super fucking fluffy.
fluffies. Oh, okay.
Fluffies.
Well, so the cupcake, back to Publix. So when I turned 50, my friend Juan, my neighbor, he's a architect, he's a designer, he's all these things, right? And he's a chef extraordinaire. So he did my birthday dinner. And so the appetizer was a ceviche, and he made me a signature drink. It was a lemon drop. And I was after that drink and that ceviche, I was like, if you told me this was it, I would be
You'd been good.
happy. I'd have been good. But it was like it was a, like 6-course meal. It was
Oh,
lobster tail and steak, and it was just fantastic. And then he has this wonderful baker. She made this cake. It must have been this high,
it was tiered.
6 layers.
Ooh,
No, it wasn't tiered, but it was 6 layers and chocolate and gold on. I mean, and at first, like the first bite, I was like,
that's how
man,
you
that
celebrate 50. That's
I
what's
was
up.
like, man, that is sweet. But then after the second, third bite, you're like, oh, we crushed that cake. We crushed it. And I got vanilla because I didn't want people saying, I don't like chocolate. So why do I always have to?
You are so considerate. On my birthday, I wouldn't give a fuck what nobody like. It's
No,
whatever
why
I
do I
like.
always have to make
Stop it. You're way too considerate.
concessions for
Yeah,
people?
stop being so
I like
considerate.
chocolate. And I feel like I'm the only person that likes chocolate.
You know?
One year, there were 2 cupcakes left. One had chocolate icing. One was chocolate cake, and the other one was vanilla. My husband doesn't even like icing. Even his favorite Publix cake, he scrapes the icing off. So he scrapes the chocolate off.
Whoa, that's disrespectful to the Publix
Okay,
cake. That
and he ate the vanilla. I was like, you don't even like icing. You could have ate the you could I'm sorry, he ate the chocolate one. I was like, dude, you could have ate the vanilla one. I
mm-mm.
like chocolate. So, but because when it was my birthday, the 50th birthday party, I wasn't sure if the cake was going to be good. So I secretly went to Publix and I bought myself a cupcake and I sat
I
in the
love
car
it.
and I had a little thing of milk and I ate it.
Yeah, you're like, look, I'm gonna get what
Just
I
in
want
case.
today.
Actually, I didn't buy one. I bought a half a dozen and I hid them at home just in case I didn't like the
I
cake. I
love
was like,
that.
I gotta have
Plan
backup.
B. Exactly.
Plan B is not just for birth control; it is for desserts as
Facts.
well. So
Shit, my wife made me a peanut butter pie for Father's Day. and I
Peanut
got
butter pie.
because I love peanut butter. Man, peanut butter pie
Oh
is
yeah, because you
probably
talked
the
about putting the peanut butter on the popcorn.
and this and these people in my house
They ate
ate the
it.
whole fucking
They
thing. I got
did.
one fucking slice
Oh my
and it was
gosh.
gone. They were like, I was taking too long. I wasn't taking too long. I was savoring my meals with the pie. I didn't want to eat all the pie. Man. I'm
Oh
the kind of person,
right.
I like to like have it for as long as possible. And they're like, nah, you were taking too long. So they ate the pie. They ate the fucking
Oh
pie.
my
They
gosh.
ate the pie.
That's sacrilege. You shouldn't
That
do that.
it's Father's
And
Day.
and
God
that's just
damn,
like
can
when
I have
people like
anything?
when it's a birthday, only the person whose birthdays is can eat their name.
Come on, there's rules to life.
But my
Don't eat
kids
the
are
name
they're
unless
they're
it's your birthday.
they are wildlings because they're like cut people. You can't cut somebody else's name, dude. That's not your cake. When I saw my mother-in-law do it, I was like, oh, she cut the person's
Oh
name.
yeah,
Like you
oh
don't
wow.
cut, you
You cut
cut your
around it.
own name. You cut around the name, and then the person whose birthday it is
That's some low
gets to
key
eat
like
their name.
disrespectful dominance. That's just like establishing dominance over somebody. I'm just cut your name. Then you look at them while you cut your name, so they understand.
Yeah, don't cut my name. You see my
Yeah,
name on the cake. Do not cut my name. Like I have to cut my. So funny. Isn't that's just so weird?
that's wild to me.
It's so it's not just me. Okay.
No, not at all. There's rules to this game. You don't cut somebody's name.
Yeah. All right. So I hate to talk about sad news, but the survivors of the Buffalo mass shooting, that Tops grocery store, they filed a lawsuit. The nonprofit group Every Town for Gun Safety um, has filed a lawsuit. Let's see. The lawsuit alleges that radicalized as well as okay, let's see. Okay, the defendants are the YouTube and Reddit online spaces where the shooter was allegedly radicalized, as well as the retailer that sold the shooter the gun and the manufacturer of his body armor. So it also named the shooter's parents, and it was filed in New York Supreme Court. So there are 16 plaintiffs, most of whom worked at Tops, as well as some customers who survived the racist attack. Um, but they had to endure moments of, terror that has lasting effects. And obviously they're suffering from PTSD, the sleeping anxieties, paranoia. Yeah, they're suffering, which I don't doubt at all. So what do you think of that? So
Shit.
YouTube, yet a
So
club. I can see YouTube be trying. Okay.
I feel
Because
like
I get those what's that dude's name? Candace Owen and Ben Shapiro.
I
Uh-uh.
like Candace Owens. Candace Owens, listen.
I'm not
Listen,
even
here's the thing, people. Two things can
okay.
be true. People
Okay.
can be out of pocket, and they can sometimes say some very honest things as well. At
Okay.
times, Candace Owens says some very honest things. Like there are things that are just
Well, a broke
true.
clock could be right twice a day.
She's right about 4 times a day. She's right about 4 to 5 times a day. She's right. The other shit she be saying is crazy. But 4 or 5 times a day, she be saying some shit to make you be like, yo, why are we arguing with her for? Like, there's nothing to argue with her.
Well, though, but when you come out saying dumb shit from the
Yeah.
jump, I'm not listening to anything else you have to say.
Now that is true. Now that is true. You start off wild shit. You limit your audience.
Lost me. You lost me. I
But
mean, the fact that she was with NCAA. Who did they sue when she was a teenager? There was a lawsuit. It was a race based, but now she's like, there's no racism. Girl, bye.
I think that she's just one of those persons who is who
An
has
idiot.
she had a lot of varying thoughts, and some of those thoughts should be kept to herself. Some of those thoughts are really smart, but you got to take the good with the bad. But with the Buffalo mass shooting,
Do we though?
I am happy that they are trying to find some financial compensation for it. But I am also one of those persons who don't think anything that happened is a coincidence. And I'm not sure how many people actually realize that one of the persons who was killed in Buffalo mass shooting, his name was Aaron Salter Jr.
Okay.
And Aaron was a retired police officer who worked.
Oh, right. Yep.
And he also was an inventor of a hydrogen-powered engine. In fact, he
Right,
was
we talked
just
about
on the
that. Didn't
news.
we talk
Yeah.
about that?
Like you really just invented a hydrogen-powered engine, an engine that runs off of water. and then a few weeks later there's a mass shooting and you're killed in it, I ain't saying that, it wasn't a
There's never a bridge too far for you, is
coincidence.
there? There's
But
not.
I'm just saying, like, listen, like, you sent me the clip of the one comedian who was like, I can understand people not believing in all conspiracy theories, but you don't believe in no conspiracy theories. It's harder to believe. Like, it takes more faith to believe that the government is completely honest than to believe
It
that
certainly
they're
does.
conspiracy theories.
It
Like, how
certainly
many times
does.
did they tell us for years and years that there ain't no aliens? Now, the last couple of years, they're trying to shove aliens down our throat,
Yeah,
trying to
what's up
tell us
with
that they're
that?
aliens. Like, I feel like,
But they don't. What do they call them though? Like they don't say UFOs.
yeah, no, no,
They're
say they call it something else now, like some other weird
like
term.
how carriage houses ain't carriage houses no more. They like everything got a new name. Like what? What's wrong
Yeah,
with the old name?
so
Carriage house.
do I believe that Aaron was targeted because he invented a hydrogen powered engine that would basically cripple the oil and petroleum industry, a $1 trillion industry? Do I
Man,
believe that an industry worth trillions and trillions of dollars would kill several people to save those trillions of dollars? Do I believe that? Yes, I do. 100%
oh
completely
my
believe
gosh.
that shit. 1000% believe that shit. So yes, I'm glad that they're getting some money for it because it was money based that caused shootings to happen. So sue everybody you can and be compensated for it. I don't,
I don't
nothing
even.
happens by accident at all.
Man, there's no such thing as happenstance, right?
Nah. Shout out to Aaron Slater Jr. for being such a Salter Jr.
Oh
for being
my
such a
god.
genius and sacrificing his life trying to save folks during that shooting or whatnot.
Oh my gosh. All right. So what else we got?
Well,
Um.
speaking of the
Oh
government
yeah.
and the way they gaslight us as their citizens, I
Oh
found a very
yeah.
interesting
Yeah.
post that talked about the difference between gaslighting and actually saying that thing in a respectful manner.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give you the gaslight version, Trish, and you tell me what
Okay.
do you think the respectful way to say something is. All right.
Okay.
We'll start off with I'm sorry you feel that way. That's the gaslighting version.
That sounds right to me. I'm
Okay,
sorry you feel that way.
no, that's gaslighting. The
Is
respectful
it?
way to say it is I'm sorry I made you feel that way.
I'm sorry I made you feel that way.
Yeah, see that hits a little different.
That
That
you're taking blame.
well, that's what you do when you apologize, Trish.
No, when you apologize, you just apologize.
Wow.
You say I'm sorry.
No.
You don't say I'm sorry?
Yes, but when you apologize, you're also like taking ownership for the mistake in which was made.
Okay, well, I'm sorry I said that or okay. That still seems kind of I'm sorry that I'm sorry that what I said made you feel that way. Is that what it
I'm
is?
s- no, I'm sorry I made you feel that way. You are a gaslighter. Hey everybody, her name is Trish, and she likes to
I
gaslight.
don't gaslight. I try to do things where I have to apologize for. So
All right, let's take it.
I'm like the Fonz. I'm so remember the Fonz? He couldn't say sorry.
Here's another one. Here's the gaslighting sentence.
Okay.
You can't take a joke.
That's a sentence.
Yes, that's the gaslighting
You
sentence.
can't
You
take a
can't
joke.
take a joke.
Okay. I'm sorry that you didn't find that funny.
I meant this as a joke, but it really came across wrong.
Okay. Man, who are these sensitive people from this? Oh,
Gaslighting. You're overreacting.
You're overreacting. What has you so triggered?
I now see that this is a very important issue for you.
Okay. All right. Next.
I guess I'm just a really bad partner.
Oh, self-deprecating. I guess I'm just a better. How can I be a better partner?
Oh, that's good. That's good. What I did was wrong, and I'm sorry.
I must be a bad partner. That's something a psychopath would say, though. You know what I mean? Take it on yourself. Like my mom always says, like she knows she has done anything. She's like, I didn't do anything to you. And I'm like, don't say that.
Listen,
Don't
now you got
say
me
that.
feeling weird because I used to say that all the time when my wife was arguing with me.
I didn't
I'd
do
be
anything to
like,
you. Don't
no,
be defensive. Don't be
I'd be
defensive.
like, I guess I'm just a bad husband.
Oh,
I'd be like,
oh,
I was, oh my gosh, I am like, I'm sorry.
Oh
I'm
gosh.
sorry. I'm such a shitty husband to you. I will do
Oh
better. Now
gosh.
you got
That's
me.
so
Now you just called me a
dramatic.
psychopath.
That's
She
so
said I'm
dramatic.
dramatic.
That is
Trish,
so dramatic.
Trish just said I'm a dramatic psychopath.
You're like,
That's what's up.
oh, I declare.
I
I
declare
declare.
that I am a bad husband and I will do better, ma'am. I will do better.
Oh
I
my gosh.
promise.
That is so is
Oh
that
my
it?
gosh.
Are there more?
Yeah. I
Uh,
mean, yeah, we good. We've established a
no,
great
no, let's do
gaslighter.
one more. I'm not a gaslighter, but like I said, I try not to do things that well, I have to apologize for. So I'd rather bite my tongue off than have to apologize. So
That's not what happened.
that's not what happened. Um, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. Let's see. I'm sorry that you think it happened. I think it happened a
Whew.
different way, or
No,
we
almost. Cause
we have two different opinions. And
almost. You
help
there.
you help me understand.
That sounds good. Here's what they're
Okay,
saying. That's not how I thought it happened.
that's not how I thought it happened. That's not how I remember. Okay, that's not how.
Yeah, that's not how I
Or you can
remember
say
it.
how I remember, or you misremembered.
Yeah, misremembering.
Like you
You
said, things
misremember.
can be, you know, true and false at the same time. I don't know. I
Someone
always
said that.
say, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Let me hear your
I always
words
say
to live by.
perception's reality.
Facts. Whoo, my gosh. And people's trauma creates their perceptions.
Mm-hmm.
So usually what someone is, how they're reacting to you
Mm-hmm.
is how they've taught
It's less
themselves
about
to
you.
react. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's less about you and how trauma has taught them to react to that similar situation.
Yep, because
or
your
whatnot.
brain is like, oh, the last time this
The
happened,
last time this
I cussed
that's
him. I
exactly you go
cussed
into cuss out
him
mode. Exactly. Exactly.
I cussed
So
him out. Yeah.
we got to
So
retrain ourselves in
yeah.
life. My wife and I were talking about that shit. Like the longer you're married, the quicker your memory has to be to erase something. Because
Oh.
because you're married for so long, there's going to be lots of moments of friction that's going to happen once you've been
Mm-hmm.
together 15, 10, 15, 20, 25 years. And
Mm-hmm.
so if you're in year 26 and your partner does something that reminds you of an argument y'all had in year 11, you can't go back in year 11 mode because you're in year 26 now. What if this was just a random occurrence? You
Mm-hmm.
can't all of a sudden go back to the trauma of year 11. You
Oh,
got to
this is a
forget
good one. That's good,
you
Shayne.
you got to forget that year 11 happened and just deal with year 26 in the circumstances of year 26. We got to,
Mm-hmm.
I guess in any relationship, you have
Yeah.
to, once you've decided to be with somebody, you can't continuously hold them accountable for things you were
No.
supposed to have forgiven them for and moved
Yes,
on
you
from.
cannot. You cannot relitigate.
You
Like
can't. You
we
gotta.
talked about that 20 years ago. You
Yeah,
can't
exactly.
be
Why?
like,
Why are we talking
and
about
remember
this
that time where I asked you to do so and so?
again?
Like
Why?
I
What?
would be super petty. Like, remember when I was pregnant
Bruh.
with my first child, and I asked you for some
Remember
asked
when I
you
had
for
to
hot sausage?
drive?
Like I asked Jason for hot sausage. I think he came up with hot sauce. I didn't say hot sauce. I said hot sausage. Or when I said, go get me some Cheerios. And he came back with honey, the
You don't
honey
listen
one.
to shit.
I wanted plain ones in the yellow box. I mean, you can't. No, you have
Yeah,
to
I
be
know.
like, okay, we worked through that part.
You
And
gotta let it go. That's why
yeah, you
people
gotta let
always
it
say,
go.
like, what's funny is like, you gotta treat your long-term relationships like you're getting into new relationships. How people are like, oh, you can't bring your trauma from your last relationship into this relationship. You can't bring
Mm-hmm.
your trauma from your arguments 2 years ago, 4 years ago, into the relationship that you have today. Like,
Right.
because who we are today ain't what we were 5 years ago.
No, it's
You
not.
can't. Yeah, don't bring that. That last decade baggage into this decade of
Yeah.
relationship.
But that I think that people learn that when they talk, because what happens when people relitigate things is that they are not they maybe they litigate them thoroughly.
Yep.
Like you did something, I just let it slide, 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 slide. And then all of a sudden you say something to
You
me
blow
like,
up.
where's dinner? And I'm like,
This called a who
I'm
said that? It's
chasing you
called
with a knife.
the pass the salt moment. They're called
Yeah.
pass the salt moments, where it's just that one time you ask them to pass the salt and they don't, and it's like
Mhm.
everything that they've ever
Yep.
not done just blows
Pass
the
the
fuck
salt.
up, and that's where yeah,
I remember this is like this year. My husband said something to me, and it was out of pocket, but he's getting smart. And I was like, oh, You ain't say you want to fight. Like, you want to fight.
Oh,
Like, okay.
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 Okay. You want to be petty? Let me see
Okay.
what
And
I
I
got
like
for you.
opened up. I was like, I just ripped the man.
Like, let's go. Oh, you thought I was
He was
quiet. I got something for you.
he was everything but a child of God. I was
Love
like,
it. You
yeah.
gotta have those moments
And then
sometimes. Though.
exited. And then I was like, exit stage left. Like, and
Yo,
I'm done.
I'm done.
And
I don't
with
even want.
that,
Yeah, I got nothing. I don't
like,
want to hear
exactly.
nothing you got to say. I said what I had to say.
Yeah,
It's over with.
I have. Yeah, this is not a conversation. This is like me
Nah.
cussing you out, and we're done.
I'm
So,
sorry. You thought this was a conversation. No, you're incorrect. This is a reading. I'm reading you right now. This is a reading, and I'm done after this reading.
oh gosh, a couple days later, he did laugh. He was laughing.
Yeah,
He was
exactly.
laughing.
That's like we
Oh,
talked about
he
earlier.
repeated.
Yeah.
I said to him, he started crying.
Like you can't laugh when you in it. When you was in it, it was hurting his soul. It hurt when he was in it.
He repeated it. He was like just giggling. I'm like,
But a
whatever.
couple days later,
I
he
didn't
was
even
like,
remember
okay.
saying it though, but it hurt him. Whatever I said hurt him, I think, to his soul.
He couldn't laugh then,
And I
though.
was, yeah. And I said, oh man. Here's what he did. He brought something up that I said to him years ago that I don't remember really saying, but it struck a chord with him and he brought it up. And I was like, I don't even know what you are talking about. I have no idea. I don't remember saying that, but clearly I hurt you. So sorry.
Clearly, you being sensitive about this.
I mean, years ago, and what I said was not even, I guess he took it as hurtful, but it wasn't said anything. It wasn't anything said in anger. It was just something. It was just kind of matter of fact.
Me and my wife had a moment like that too. So I used to be really heavy into poetry in college. Love poetry. I used to go to like slams. I used to perform my poetry live.
Mm-hmm.
I was just always spitting and writing poetry. Boom, 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 boom. So we probably in like year 2 or 3 of our marriage, and I'm spitting a new poem to her that I just finished writing, and she was like, "Oh, you know what? All your poetry sounds the same."
That's like Tina to Ike.
I was like,
Ike, all these songs sound the same.
I was like, what? I was like, bitch, you will never hear another syllable rhyme together that comes out of my mouth.
My god.
That shit hurt me deep. That was what we've been together 23 years. That
He
shit,
said,
I've never spit another
You
bar
didn't?
of poetry. And I used to write poems to her. She got framed poems that I used to write to her. I've never spit another poem to her since. That shit hurt me so much. And then like years later, we talked about it. And she was like, no, what I meant was your cadence sounds the same, not your words, but the cadence you use when you're.
Well, of course the cadence is going to sound the same. It's you.
But it was too late then. The hurt has already been, buried under cement, and ain't no fixing it. I cannot. The petty in me will not allow me to
I would sooner have my tongue cut out than recite another poem, another one of my sonnets to you.
I will drink hot sauce and piss before I ever let you hear another poem again. Never. Ever. Shit ain't happening, baby. That ain't happening.
Oh my!
I love you though. I love you though.
Love you, but
Hallmark
will say it for me from now on. Okay.
You want to hear a poem? It's gonna be in a card written by some random old lady somewhere else.
Written by Ariel, because Ariel makes the best cards. Did I ever tell you about her cards?
Yeah, you told me about who she never gives a card to. I think that's the funniest thing about Ariel.
She's so petty. She's so petty.
Ariel's petty. I love it.
My kids, they're so petty. Are they? But I'm not petty. They must get it from their
daddy, from
their father. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they get definitely. I mean, he ate your chocolate cupcake. Yeah, they get it from their daddy.
I mean, come on. Yeah, they get it from him. But she's Kaiser Sose. She is Kaiser Sose. So anyway, have you? Wait a minute. You don't know what I'm talking about. Have you never seen The Usual Suspects?
I know what you're talking
about. Okay. All right. Even when she was, why do I have we have too many banners on? Even when she was as young as 3, I realized
3. Oh wow.
I realized she was Kaiser. So she was petty at 3, but she's the
the initiative.
She's the queen pin. Like,
yeah.
My dad would say, you tell Ariel, you tell the boys, do so and so. Ooh, they're whining and talking back. You told Ariel, she's like, okay. And she don't do nothing you said to do, but she's pleasant about it.
Yo, listen, that's a
She's
quote.
very,
She learned that at 3. I just learned that like 2 years ago.
she
A
learned that
quote
at
that
3.
said, it said, don't argue with people. Smile, nod, and then do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Yep.
And I'm
Nod and
like,
wave. Nod and
yeah,
wave.
of course.
Nod and wave.
Gotcha.
Okay. With a smile, with a big smile on her face. And she's like,
Yo, she was ahead of the game. She was
yep.
ahead of
And
the
she is
game.
always, yep, unassuming. And I was like, she's like, guys are so sad.
She's like, I don't want to argue. I don't want you messing up my energy. I'm
Walking
not
with a
arguing
limp.
with you.
Meanwhile, she's running things.
She's like, I will not let you mess my energy up. Sure, is that
Mm-mm.
what you want? Okay.
Nope. I'm not. I ain't gonna argue. I ain't gonna argue.
I ain't gonna argue with you.
Nope. She is not gonna argue. Mm-mm.
Oh man.
And this is my last thing I'm gonna say about her. She did something. She got in trouble. And my husband. It's so funny because when she was little, when he taught all the boys how to ride their bikes, right? So when it's time to teach her to ride her bike, he was like, "Hey, you may have to take over." And I was like, "Why?" He said, "My tactics aren't working." I said, "What are they?" He's like, "I'll smack her in the helmet." That worked for the boys. She starts crying. So I had to take over. So that's one thing he's always done is he's treated her like she never got no favoritism. He treated her like a boy. He treated all those kids all the same. Well, she got in trouble before school was out. And he calls me on the phone to come downstairs because Ariel wants to talk to me. I go downstairs. She's sitting on his lap.
Oh, I remember this. Yeah.
I was like on his knee, perched on his. She's taller than him.
Listen,
perched on his knee, and I was like, "This is some bullshit."
You should start an anonymous Twitter account.
Oh my god!
Just talk about your Ariel stories because her stories
no
are hilarious.
I can't do it there.
Yo, that's why I say it should be anonymous. But that shit would be hilarious, man.
What the heck is going on? I was like, oh, I can't even talk to you. I couldn't help but laugh. I was laughing. I was laughing. I was like, I can't, I don't understand. Like this, yeah.
So, she knows, yeah.
So yeah,
it's awesome. Shout out to Ariel, running the house.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Oh no! Shout out to Ariel, okay? Because Ariel got a job. Well, she got her second job. The first.
Oh, did she finally start working again? I saw the post.
No, she was supposed to start working at a restaurant, but she didn't. They asked for her hours, and she was like, none.
She's like, yeah, no, I don't do that.
So she I guess applied for this place called Cereal Lab. It's an ice cream place, and they put cereal in the ice cream. Okay. Black owned, was husband and wife. I guess the woman got the idea when she was in Spain. There were actual cereal restaurants and all serve cereal.
I wanted to do that. I was talking to my wife about that. I want to open a cereal bar. Just cereal.
Yeah, she found that when she was in Barcelona, and she brought some flavors over. But so I think in 2018 she started as a food truck, and then she got a brick and mortar store in Decatur in November of last year. So Ariel applied because Ariel's a foodie, so she applied. Woman emailed her, did a phone interview for like 9 minutes, and Ariel was like, I love your energy, Ariel. She does. She has got great energy, but she come home and be like, ugh. I'm like, you're such a faker. You're a pretender. But she was so excited until she got her hours. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I was like, well, Thursday's fine. Sunday's fine. Saturday should be fine, Ariel. But Friday from 5:30 to 10:30, you won't be able to go to any games. So why don't you say no to Friday? And so she did it her way. She said no to Saturday. So now she's working Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. So she was not happy. But she'll be happy when she gets paid. But I told her she wasn't getting her nails done until she got a job. She got her nails done yesterday. I said, did you get paid yet?
She's like, nah, mama. You didn't say I had to get paid to get my nails done. She just said I had to get a job.
And then I had to pay twice. So I gave her money for her little green light card. And the card didn't work in the nail salon. So then I had to Venmo the owner.
That's
awesome. I want my $60 back.
Nah, mom.
She
that's
said,
an
how?
investment.
She
You're
said,
investing.
how?
Oh my gosh.
That is awesome. Now we ran out of time for our main story, but we can talk about it next time. Which it is.
I think this episode.
Could you be time blind? So yeah, we'll leave you on the edge of your seats and talk about that next time. All right. So what else we got going on, Shayne?
What else do we have going on? We have guests coming up. We have some really cool guests that's going to be able to announce it in a couple weeks who's coming up on our shows. Um, some interesting topics. We're going to dive into the world of entrepreneurs who've chosen to go the route of being business owners as opposed to going the corporate route. What lessons they learned from being in corporate and that made them want to move over into entrepreneurism, or would they recommend folks going becoming entrepreneurs, leaving the corporate world, and then just random ass shit from us that kind of makes it great, right? I'm just saying, you know. You said something just now about Ariel that reminds me of my wife. She was like, she's always
She's
like,
cousin
you
Sophie.
always know. She was like, Martha's like, when we're out, you have so much energy for everyone else. And when you come home, I get like you on like a 3. Why does everyone's get a 10 and I get a
Wait a
3?
minute. Oh wow. Oh well, she's right to call you out then. Oh, are you out there? You out there pretending to like my husband out there shaking hands and kissing babies and coming
Listen,
home and
and then I think about the
I can't even imagine you on a 3.
man, it's not really a 3. It's just like, less than when I'm out,
Wow. I can't imagine.
you know.
Wow. Wow. Now my husband, he's the mayor when he's out. People are like, your husband. Like we went. I remember he had this coffee place he used to go to, and he walked in. Everybody's like Jason. He's like cheers. He's like Norman Cheers. I was like, people talk to you. You talk to people like that is amazing. But yeah, I guess it's easy to talk to strangers, right? You have a quick conversation with them, and you go on about your business,
Yeah,
and you go home and
you don't have
sit in your
to.
chair and read your book and turn on golf and pet your dog and
That's it. That's it. You like when I feel like you have to deal with people in a way that kind of keeps them at bay. So you kind of like but they don't get that. They don't get to have the real insight into you, and you
well, even
know,
Dave Chappelle, he goes home to his wife, and she doesn't think he's funny, and he's probably not. Has times when he's not on. So
yeah, like you can't be on all the time. Um, but then it's like, should you, if you're not going to be on, should you be on for the person that you're closest to? Like who should you be
Mm,
on for?
yeah, like who's it for? That's great. That's a great question. Um, I'm probably on for. I don't know. I think I'm on for me. I don't do it for other
Mm.
people. I do it for me because it makes me feel a certain way. I don't know. I try to keep myself upbeat. But I talk to I entertain myself too. So I laugh out loud. So I don't know.
It was a
Um,
great. I'm not sure if you ever saw it, but James Baldwin
mhm.
and Nikki Giovanni were having a discussion,
Yes.
and she's kind of said the same thing. She was like, of course the white man loves you because when you out, you're smiling, you're laughing at all his jokes. But
Mhm.
when you come home, I get the anger. I get
Right.
the sadness. I get down. She's like, if you love me, and then James Baldwin says, well, that's because I love you. I can just be myself.
Me.
She was like,
Mhm.
no.
I
She's like,
want
if you
yeah.
love me, give me what you give him, so
Right.
I can be good with you too. She's like, I want to be good with you. I want to look at you in a nice eye. I want to like have that
Right.
same admiration for you
Be
that the white
fake.
man have for you.
And
Yeah,
what she's saying
exactly.
is be fake. Fake
Yeah,
it.
be fake enough.
You fake it
Love
out
me enough to
there.
be fake with me,
Fake it.
right?
Fake it. Yeah. Fake it in here too. No, don't be you. Be less you and be
Be treat me like you treat them out there.
right. Strangers. My mom always says that because my kids people would always say how well behaved my children were.
Oh my gosh,
And
us too,
my mom was like, she said, because she always says that charity begins in the home. Like they are monsters at home.
bruh.
And I don't care how you are out in the street. I'm like, no, I guess if I had to pick a place where they would behave, my choice would be out. I mean, I'd
Yeah,
like to have both,
that's how
but
our
the
kids are
fact
too.
that they are out, like my son, I remember Jay was looking for a money clip. We were in the store and he said, it was Marshall's. This is years ago. He says, pardon me, ma'am. Would you mind telling me where the money clips are? I was like, would
Excuse
you
me, do you
please
have some
pass the
Grey
Grey
Poupon?
Poupon? And every time for years, every time witness saw the, how is that son of yours?
Ah, gotta
And
love them.
they are very polite. Like
That's what
Jackson,
our
like
kids are too.
his
You
pre-K
think our
teacher's
kids
like,
don't even fight?
oh yeah, oh
They're
yeah, oh
they're
you
so
said
kind
it.
and polite when they're out in public.
No,
Oh
my
my
kids are
god.
not. They're not kind of polite to each other, but they are to
Yeah, they don't like
other
my
people.
kids don't cause a ruckus. They don't like, like you said, they're very, very respectful, very kind. But at home, they some shit or
Oh,
whatever. And the
I would say
study
you should see him at home. Shut up, dummy, stupid. Get out of
exactly.
here. Yeah.
There was a study that said when your kids are like that, though, it's a big compliment to the mothers about mothers, but I guess
Okay.
parents in general, because it said that you've created a space safe enough for your children to be themselves when they're around you.
Well, I tell you, Jackson felt very comfortable. I created a very safe space because he was a nightmare. He was hell on wheels. Do you hear me? When he was a kid,
That's
hell
funny.
on wheels. And got out, and his teacher was like, "Oh, Jackson's the best student, the best friend, the best." I was like, "Hey, if you could see him at home." Oh, I was baffled. His pre-K teacher, or oh, I wouldn't believe it. I was like, please, yeah. I created a very safe space, and
Good
yes,
job.
because
Shout out
they,
to
yeah,
Trish. Among everything that she is, she's also
yeah,
a great
I create
safe.
safe
You're
spaces.
you're a curator of safe spaces. That's what you are.
That's so funny.
It's
All
awesome.
right, well, I guess we ran over. We've been trying to hit our numbers,
Now,
so
we can still
but
get it in under an hour. We
yeah, we're under
close
an
it out.
hour. So
We'll be under an
anyway,
hour.
all right, where can everybody find us?
Man, they can find us on Twitter. If you look down at the bottom of your screen, you can find us on YouTube, on Spotify. You can find us on Facebook. Any of your podcast streaming platforms, we gonna be up in there. You
Oh,
know what
it's
I'm saying?
X. It's X.
Oh
But
my
you know what? I
gosh. You
think
know
that
what?
the spot you can find us everywhere, but the Spotify use is the highest, it seems. Like people who are actually on
Exactly.
Spotify, but you don't have to be on Spotify, guys.
You don't
You can just do it.
StreamYard
Yeah,
directly.
you can just
Go
say
holler at
it.
us.
You can just say to Alexa
Yo,
or
we big
Google or
time. Just talk
Siri,
to your
like
systems. The
find
robots know who we are.
find
The
two right, find two
The
live
robots know who
recruiters.
we are. We here. You know what I'm saying? We good with them. We good with them.
Oh, that's so funny. All right. Well, thanks, Shayne.
No, thank you. I enjoy you allowing me to have an hour of your birthday. Thank you so much. Make
You're
sure you do something today that you cannot talk about tomorrow. You know what I mean?
oh
Let's do it.
man. That's that challenge accepted.
Bet. That's my
Do
favorite.
something that you can't talk about
Whenever I'm talking to
tomorrow.
somebody on, whenever I'm meeting, talking to people on weekends, on Fridays, I always close out the conversation with that. Make sure you do something this weekend that you can't talk about on Monday.
Well, or as my sister Lori, her dad would say to her when she was a kid, was a teenager going out, if you he said if you can't be good, what did he say? What did he was say? If you can't be good, be safe.
Yo, I love that.
Can't be good, be safe.
Yeah, if you're gonna cut up, at least cut up
Right.
carefully.
Yes.
So make
So,
sure you act a fool tonight. Make sure
oh, I'm not going to, but
you should
I
try to do
won't.
something. Ditch the
Yeah.
kids and just you and Jason go act.
No,
You know
we're
what I
all
mean?
going to dinner. We're all
Fuck
going
them
to dinner.
kids, man. Fuck
No.
them kids.
They weren't with me last year, my birthday, because I was in San Francisco. So
Yep.
no, they have a lot of making up to do. So
Yeah. We had dinner by the pier. We were at
yeah, but
yo,
we
remember?
didn't see the planes land and take off.
No. Everybody at the table was eating those edibles. Remember I gave everybody at the table edibles when we were at that
Yes.
restaurant? Yes.
Oh yes. So
Yo,
funny.
shout out to San Francisco. Good times.
Yes, yes, yes.
All right, love. Well, you go.
All
You have a
right.
great day.
Okay, bye everybody.
All
Thanks
right,
for
bye.
tuning in.